yo, pack a dope, crack a beer. Wally and Troma is here. Suspend Disbelief Podcast. We all up in your ear. We're looking these moves and the perfect execution. So we will prove that this is undisputed. So shout out to the OGs, Warlocks, new fans. Dropping that A to the Z and the E. NXT, giving you Japan and the C, no lie. Holding the street cover, sit back, relax. Suspend Disbelief, brother. Hey yo, pack a dope, crack a beer.
What is up, motherfucker? Welcome to the Suspend Disbelief Podcast. My name is Wally Warlocks. That's my homeboy, Troma. This is my dog, Oh No. What's up, Troma?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
What up,
no.
everybody?
Oh, man.
I'm feeling very festive. He's cracked a beer, like it says in the new theme song. Dope theme song, by the way.
Yeah, we got a whole new look. I feel like we got a little bit of a theme song. I feel like a whole new person.
Yo, we coming up in the world, dog.
We got a little new segments and shit like that.
We got some swag right now.
Finally got our own YouTube page.
Yeah, hey, the graphics look great. I mean, I'm looking at them right now. They look amazing.
Yeah, shout out to the homeboy that did the graphics. Shout out, homeboy.
I'm full of shit, by the way. I can't see any of it. So
why you gotta left it behind the curtain like that, bro?
It's because I'm honest with our listeners. You know, I would never lie to the disbelievers. You know.
Yeah, I mean, we're still having a restart podcast and shit, you know. So we still haven't found our groove yet, but we'll get there soon enough.
We're still having the what?
We're still having a restart podcast. You know, we're being honest with them. We're still restarting podcasts and still.
Hey, we don't got to talk about that. Yeah, I fucked up and we have to restart.
It's all good.
You gonna put me out like that? Hold on, I gotta take my Christmas lights off.
Yeah, it was getting kind of obnoxious, bro.
Yeah, let's get comfortable. You know, let's get this thing on the road here. This ain't gonna be like the Halloween show where I wear that hot shit the whole show. Yeah, we're gonna be comfortable today. So I like your shirt.
Oh, thank you. I like your shirt, bro.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my god.
Wow, amazing. It's like we planned this.
I think. Oh no, we couldn't be that like. We couldn't be like that. What's the PC way of saying it? We couldn't be that lame for each other.
Lame.
You know?
Yeah, that was very PC of you. The word lame. We're trying not to scare anybody off, you know, because we're courting some big guests, you know.
Yeah,
so
we want those shit
on our best behavior. Yeah. Speaking of big guests, shout out to Rain. We hope you're watching this because you know we said you know we're gonna let you check out some podcasts. So yeah, what's up, girl?
Yeah. Hi.
Well, we can't say hi to our future guests.
What if they never come on, bro? What if they're like, yo, fuck you. You said hi to me the first thing, so we did this whole thing? No, man, come on, let's get into the damn thing.
Hey, I'm an ass kisser. You fuck off.
I'm not going to. By the way,
let's get into it.
If you come on the show, if you come on the Suspend Disbelief Podcast, best believe I'm going to be asking you the hard-hitting questions. I'm going to be asking you those questions you don't want to be asked.
Oh, well, that is a great invitation to all the guests I'm currently. I'm all up in their DMs. Like, don't worry, because I'm gonna send you a list of questions that you have to pre-approve, and anything you don't want to talk about, we don't have to do it. And this motherfucker's gonna come on here like, I'm gonna be asking you shit you don't want to hear.
I'm gonna come out left field, nothing, you know.
Hey, believe it, y'all, because when we did our other interview with my boy KJ Crush, shout out to KJ Crush. Can I say hi to him, or are you gonna bitch about that too?
KJ, yeah, I got him. He's part of the Disbeliever family. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, he's definitely down with the family.
Boy.
So this fool's like, I'm not even gonna be on the show. I'm gonna let you handle the interview. I'm just gonna run the technical aspect. I was in like my second question. He's like, hold on, I got a question I want to ask. I was like, dude, this is the second question only. But you know what? That's why I love you. That's what makes the show. That's what we do.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, so let's do this.
Yeah, so what's been going on? Looks like Roman Reigns is coming back.
Is that the word?
The word.
Are
Reigns
you
come back.
buying these rumors about him and The Rock having a match, or where?
Yeah, The Rock versus Roman Reigns.
Well, I've already read many things that already disputed that.
So why don't we discuss that? What's going on? What's the disputation? Why would The Rock
people
versus
are
Roman?
just saying it's bullshit. That first of all, Roman. I don't think Roman's anywhere near ready to come back. What's it been, like a month? You think he's coming back from leukemia a month later?
Yeah. Yo, John Cena came back in how long?
John Cena doesn't have a disease. He's making a movie.
I'm just saying, the human body is capable of incredible things, bro. Incredible things,
Okay, so, but do you think The Rock's going to do a match with Roman Reigns?
I think he's bound, like it's his family. He's like
not ever. I believe that match will happen too someday. I'm talking this WrestleMania, which is like what, 4 months away? You think they can set that up by this WrestleMania?
This WrestleMania, no, possibly not.
I mean, I definitely see that in the future. But
Royal Rumble. All you need is The Rock to come out in the Royal Rumble, talk some shit. That's it.
Who do you think's winning the Royal Rumble this year?
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins. You think they're going to set Brock?
Yeah, he's already talking shit to Brock, right? He's
but he was talking shit from before too, and they put a stop to it like almost immediately. So
yeah, I mean, but I think that they really don't got anybody right now.
They don't. It's got to be set. Who else? They already did the Daniel Bryan match, so it's got to be set. Yeah. And who else is there left for him? And I mean, I know they only had a 3-way, but that match they had at that Rumble a few years back with Cena, Seth, and Brock, that was the shit. That was a great match. And, adding Seth in there, it was a really good move. And when Brock wrestles, like I said on the last podcast, I talk a lot of shit about Brock Lesnar. We argue about him constantly. But, when he wants to, he can go in there and bring it and have great matches. And when he has guys like an AJ or a Brian to go in there with, or a Joe, they have great matches, or a Punk. So I think him and Seth can do, a great match. Is that a big enough match, though, for WrestleMania?
No.
You don't think so?
No. It ain't.
Who do you want to see in face then? Who's left that would be a big enough match?
I want to see Strowman in there. Throw Braun Strowman in there.
You don't think they've damaged Strowman so much already?
I mean, you kind of got to give him, like now it's like the underdog thing. Like, I kind of want him to win because he's been pissed on so much. You know what I'm saying? So
that's the thing, though. Like, don't you think that you should never look at someone like Braun Strowman and call him an underdog? Doesn't that alone tell you how much they fucked him up? And look at Braun Strowman. He is not an underdog. You did not book a guy that looks like that to be an underdog.
Well, he's not in the match. He has the match at TLC, right? He had the match at TLC, and he's not getting that match, right? Because
I don't even know. Did they say anything that match is off?
I'm pretty sure they replaced him with somebody else.
Hey, I'm not looking forward to that. I mean, Baron Corbin. I mean, the Baron Corbin era. I mean, let's talk about it. I mean, people have been shitting on this, and I'm going to be straight up. I've given up watching Raw. Raw has been horrible to me forever. You've been sticking it out, but even you recently have told me that, when it sucks, it sucks. And I think we both can agree that right now it sucks.
Sometimes it sucks, man. Like, sometimes it's just like you fall asleep, you don't even bother to catch the recap. You know what I'm saying? So it's
a lot of people are blaming it on Baron Corbin. Like, this is the guy they're going with as their GM. They're committing a lot of time to this guy. I mean, there are people that have timed it that he's getting 30, 40, almost an hour per show dedicated to Baron Corbin. I mean, that guy doesn't have the charisma or to carry a show, a third of the show.
But he has enough for me to be like, I fucking hate that guy. You know who I do blame it on? Drew McIntyre. I don't think Drew McIntyre has what it takes to fucking...
What? Do you blame Drew McIntyre for the downfall of Raw?
Yeah. It's boring, man. Anytime he starts talking, it's like, oh my God, the same old shit again. You know what I'm saying? What they need to do...
Baron Corbin's better on a mic than Drew McIntyre?
No. This is what I'm trying to tell you, right? They need to get the fucking King of Bros up from NXT. They need to fucking...
And make him the GM?
Make him go up against Brock. Him and Brock, WrestleMania.
Don't you think it's way too soon for that?
Well, I think he's been kind of like... he's the only kind of one with a legitimate like he has that legitimacy when it comes to in-ring competition.
Are you talking about because of like an MMA background?
Right.
Hello, Bobby Lashley. No, we're gonna talk legitimate MMA background.
Right. Look, if you want to talk about anyone, WWE fucking up anyone. I mean, they tried the hardest they could with Bobby Lashley. He's just a fucking.
Did they? Did they try the hardest they could?
Dude, look, I mean, they made him.
What have they done with him?
They went full face, and then now they're going full heel. Because he's on every single episode. Like, I mean, come on, man. I'm tired of Bobby Lashley.
They fucked him up from the beginning. They never made him anything. If they wanted to go with him, they should have went with Lashley versus Brock at SummerSlam. They should have went with that and at least see what he could do. If he fails, if he flops, fine. Next, but they didn't. They gave up on him before they even started. I mean, I think if promoted correctly, like a Brock versus Lashley could be the shit. I mean, you could get, footage, MMA footage, them doing training camps, doing fight camps. You built that up correctly, I think you could have something legit, because Lashley, say what you want, he doesn't have charisma, whatever, but he has the look, he has the pedigree, so he could do these training fight camp videos, and he could make it look legit, he could make himself look like a threat, and they were doing something like that. They had Paul Heyman working with him, he was helping him with his promos, and so all signs pointed to they're going to go with Lashley at Brock at SummerSlam. And I don't know, I guess they got cold feet, they got scared, and they just defaulted right back to Braun, and then they did, the same old shit.
So back to like when the show sucks, it sucks, right?
Yeah.
Saying here that the Go Home episode of Raw, the Go Home, meaning like before TLC, drew the lowest ratings in the history of the show, 2.194 million people.
And you know what is even better than that? The week before, they drew the lowest rating ever, and then they topped it the very next week. So you suck so much that you have your worst show ever, and a week later, you have an even worse show.
But then SmackDown is going up in the ratings, though.
SmackDown's a better show. I mean, we've always said that. I mean, well, I've always said that. I know you're more of you're into the entertainment thing, so I know you like Raw sometimes.
Well, no, I'm into just what's the better fucking.
Yeah, well, SmackDown's always been the wrestling show, SmackDown doesn't fuck around. It keeps it simple, I mean, they had I didn't even watch SmackDown, but I want to watch SmackDown just because I want to see Daniel Bryan and Mustafa Ali. I mean, that's fresh, That's taking, a guy from 205 Live that's really good, putting him up there to mixing in with one of the best in the world. I mean, I want to go out of my way to see that match. There's nothing on Raw that I want to go out of my way to see. I go out of my way to avoid
Revival. I like the Revival.
I like the Revival too, but what are they doing? They're in a feud with the Lucha House Party, that they're outnumbered and they're just constantly getting screwed over by this 3-on-2, and they're supposed to be the heels. I mean, the booking just. It's the booking. The booking has been horrible. I mean, are you looking forward to TLC? I know you're not, because you told me you could give a fuck about TLC.
I mean,
I'm right there with you. Besides Charlotte, I want to see the Charlotte, Asuka, and Becky three-way.
AJ and Bryan.
I do want to see what AJ and Bryan can do, but is there anything from Raw that you want to see? I mean, SmackDown's carrying that show right now.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily. I'm more excited about Edge and Christian's show coming back.
I watched the first episode. I mean, I'm a big fan of that show. I think it's great. I mean, there was a lot of shows when the network first started that I really was into, and then I guess the subscribers weren't there, so they ended up cutting a lot of the budget. And so Edge and Christian was one of the shows that they cut that I was disappointed. I thought the JBL show was really good. I enjoyed his interviews. They cut that, so I'm glad that Edge and Christian are back. I've only seen one episode, but I enjoyed it a lot.
Legends House is pretty good. I hope they bring back something else to wrestle with, though. I hope they bring that shit back. Yeah,
I mean, I listen to that podcast. I've listened to it a lot, so I've never really got into the WWE version because it's kind of like a watered down version,
Right.
So it's like when you've been listening to the real thing, it's kind of hard to get into the censored version of what you've been hearing.
Have you listened to 83 Weeks at all?
I've listened to a few episodes. I mean, I'll pick and choose like episodes that I think are interesting.
Right. Some of the bullshit about WCW is like, I really can give a fuck less.
Yeah, like, but yeah, like I'll sift through it. There's, I like to check that out. I used to like the Tony Schiavone podcast until they went to just live viewing. I mean, I don't want to sit there and listen to other guys watch a show that I'm not currently watching, and I'm not going to sit at home and follow them watching some old, 3.5 hour show. But yeah, look at us promoting other podcasts.
Is that what they do? They sit there and they watch?
That's what they do now. Like, that's all they do now. Like, they've gone to strictly live viewing. So they'll like pick a show and they'll be like, okay, everyone, press play now. And they'll like basically do commentary. And it's like, I'm not gonna sit there for 3 hours while you guys do commentary on a show I've already seen.
It's like, bro, haven't you already done this commentary once?
Exactly. I like the old format a lot better, but yeah, there's some good wrestling podcasts out there.
Speaking of formats,
best, obviously.
Speaking of formats, be sure you stick around at the end of the show for a brand new addition to the Suspend Disbelief Podcast family. We bring you shock value. Tell them about it.
Hi, Future Shock. Oh, can I say hi to him? Who am I? Make me a list of whom I'm allowed to say hi to.
Go ahead and say hi to him now.
Oh, yeah, he's a bitch when I say hi to Rain. What's up, Rain? What's up, girl? Yo, see you on the 23rd. Rain versus Sumi Sky. UCE Wrestling. Be there. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna plug that shit. So anyway.
How about just plug the YouTube channel or something like that? Why don't you talk about the YouTube channel? If it's not like people...
I'm talking about... No, I'm not going to talk about the YouTube channel because I just found out today we got our own YouTube channel minutes before the show.
No, like their federation, dog.
Yeah, so... I'll plug all that shit. Don't worry about it.
All right, then.
All right. Okay, so Future Shock, our last show, which was a few weeks ago. Yeah, sorry about that. Yo, we're trying really hard to go weekly, and by next year, we hope to be going weekly. I mean, we literally have like big arguments where we like blame each other for why we're not going weekly, and we talk all this shit and we make commit we're gonna go weekly, and then we don't go weekly. That's gonna be like our New Year's resolution is to go weekly. But
1 week, I blame it on him. I'm like, yo, bro, are you taking this shit seriously? And then it's like, he's like, yeah, dude, stop, get off my ass. And then it's the next week, it's me. And then
he's like, all I'm asking you is for an hour a week. If you can't give me an hour a week, and I'm like, all right, you know what? Yeah, he's right. Yeah, I'm gonna do this.
I don't sound like that.
That's how you sound in my head. And then the next week, I'm like, yo, let's record. He's like, all right, I'll be right back. And like 6 hours later, like, yo, where are you? Behind the curtain, we take you behind the curtain. But yeah, our boy Curtis, aka Future Shock, aka Nacho Jones, he has like 6 names like we all do here. And then Adam will just pick whatever name he wants to use because he changes names every week himself.
Who's Adam?
But yeah, Adam, Bobby, Wally, whatever you're called this week. But yeah, so we're gonna give him his own little segment on the show. So, he's going to be debuting that at the end of today's show. And he said it's basically deathmatch wrestling. He's going to be talking about, how deathmatch wrestling has changed and all that. That's what I heard because we discussed the topic. We haven't actually watched it. We're going to watch it for the first time with everyone because that's how we do things around here. We're going to trust him and just put that shit out there because we live on the edge.
Here's the thing. The thing about the Future Shock segment, right? Is that it's his open forum to pretty much bitch about whatever the fuck he wants. He could bitch about us. He could bitch about the show, how much it sucks.
He can't bitch about me because I would punch that motherfucker.
What
right
we should have talked about, what we, whatever he wants to talk about, his girl, his fucking...
What's up, Sky? Can I say hi to Sky?
That's Sky. But yeah, so that's that. And if you guys are interested in, being a part of the Disbeliever fam, just send us an email at suspendisbeliefpodcast@gmail.com.
Well, you just want to give everybody their own segment and shit. We're not going to have no... Our show's going to be like 10 minutes. We're going to have like 10 minutes and be like, all right, we're just going to go to everybody else's segment.
Yeah, clearly, because we just, don't got shit to say, do we, Troma?
You just want content. This is just content. Yo, he's right, though. Talk to us. I talked to a few of you. I know a lot of people that have been interested, We have purchased the domain. We will get a website going by next year. That shit's going to be legit. Yeah, this fool is gonna get that shit popping.
Yeah, just get on that Squarespace. Get on that Squarespace, make it happen.
Squarespace, motherfucker. Yeah. This is like the Joe Rogan podcast. Yo, Squarespace.
Can I ask you a question? Why didn't you, when you bought the website, right? Why did you get SD Pod instead of Suspend Disbelief Podcast?
Because I wanted something short.
That makes no sense.
No, I didn't want our thing to be like www.suspenddisbeliefpodcast. I wanted something short and something we could put on the t-shirt, dude. sdpod.net. How easy is that?
Yo, how many websites have you seen on a t-shirt and been like, I'm gonna go to that website? How many websites, bro?
Okay, who the fuck wasn't here for all those days when I was messaging you again and again, like, yo, what should we call the website? Yo, I'm about to purchase. How many messages did I send you? Yo, how about this name? Yo, how about... And then I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I bought it. I was like, yo, it's sdpod.net. Deal with it. Because I tried to message you for days.
Oh, my God.
Yo, I'm going to buy this. Yo, I'm going to buy this. And you never responded. So I was just like, fuck it. sdpod.net. I had to make the decision. So I did. Yo, Matt, let's talk about wrestling.
I hear you. Yeah, so... let's talk about some wrestling. So, what's going on? So it looks like it's gonna be Becky and Ronda headlining WrestleMania, right?
Yeah, and you know what? Women's evolution, all that aside, I think it's great that the women are, doing big things now. But I think that just shows what a weak card they have for WrestleMania if they're going to main event with that. Don't you agree?
No, bro. I mean, that's all I want to see, really. Like, Becky and Ronda is...
Doesn't that tell you how weak it is that that's all you want to see?
No, that's some great promotion, man. That's what it is, man. It's, Becky could have gone. Becky could have gone with Ronda, like, what was that last pay-per-view? She could have gone, but they took it to... they used it as an opportunity to make her even hotter than she is now, because now
you
we're
said
all
that
celebrating.
before, but I don't think that. I think that was just an accident. I don't think they did that on purpose.
Yo, man,
I don't think they told Nia to go break her fucking nose.
Okay, I didn't say they did that. What I'm saying is they used it as an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I remember earlier when I was like, create solutions, right? That's pretty much creating a solution to a fucking shitty problem, Homegirl got her face broken. All right, well, create solutions, like instead of complaining about it, let's make something happen.
I really don't
follow.
I don't think that is the main event, though. Do you think that?
I think it's gonna be the main event, yeah.
Because of Ronda?
Yeah.
Do you think Ronda's been setting the world on fire?
Yo, actually, can you hold it down for a second? Because it's my little brother. I got to talk to him real quick. Hold it down. It's all you. No, just hold it down. It's on you.
Oh, you want me to talk?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. I thought you were telling me to shut the fuck up. Hold it down. All right, so I'm looking through a quick little, we got here, the rumored WrestleMania card. And I'll give some thoughts, we talked about the whole Rock thing, which I don't think is going to be happening at all. But there's the Triple H and Batista match that was also rumored, but I doubt that that's going to happen because, Triple H has the torn pec. Maybe Batista's going to be down to do it, but I don't think Triple H is going to be back in time for that. I don't see what else we're going to go with. I mean, you got this whole Miz and Shane McMahon storyline going on, depending on who's gonna win the Rumble, what they're gonna do there. But I mean, aside from that, I don't really see any big time matches. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do with Daniel Bryan. I don't know what they're gonna do with AJ Styles. I mean, the rumor is AJ and Orton. I mean, that could be a good match, but I mean, it's not setting the world on fire either. There isn't like that hook, I feel, WrestleMania this year that's gonna draw the casual fan. I mean, yeah, Ronda Rousey can be a hook, but she's been there. It's almost a year now. I don't think by the time WrestleMania comes around, it'll be a year. She's already the champ. She's already run. By WrestleMania, she's run through everyone. Yeah, the Becky thing is, going to be big, but I don't think that's going to draw in the casual fans, like when you have a Rock, when you have
Right.
an Undertaker.
Well, that's the thing. Is what I'm saying is that do you think Taker's coming back?
I think he's going to always come back for Mania. I just don't know where we're slotting him.
I think Taker's come back. Taker's coming back one more time. Shawn Michaels calling it.
Unless we're doing Shawn and
Taker.
Ryan.
Shawn and Taker.
Shawn and Taker. I don't know, man. After the Saudi Arabia thing, do we really want to go Shawn and Taker at this point?
I feel like they're trying to redeem themselves. Like they're going to try and redeem themselves, and they got to make up for like what they lost. You know.
That's the thing, though. When do you know that you can't do it? Like, there's going to be a year where the Undertaker
he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it
that year. He couldn't do it that year with Brock Lesnar. But we got to remember that he got concussed early in that match. He came back the next year and had a fine match with Bray Wyatt. He looked great in that match, and he's had better matches throughout that time. But I think this latest Saudi Arabia run has kind of showed that.
I think it's got a lot to do with, being in A, Saudi Arabia, B, being a tag team match, C, being such a fucking gimmick match, like where it's like, oh my God, it's such garbage.
But if he could still do it, would they have done that squash with Cena? Don't you think they would have put him out there and let him have a match? They basically just let Taker go out there and squash Cena. So, I mean, do you think he could have done a match? And you saw what happened when him and Triple H tried to do a long singles match.
I don't know, man. Like, I really don't know. But I guess you're right. What would be the pull for WrestleMania this year?
What's the big thing that's going to get everyone? I mean, you're not going to get The Rock. I mean, one of the things I was complaining about when I was telling you about, like, the olditude era, when I coined that phrase, was the fact that we're seeing these guys so much during the year now that it's not special at WrestleMania. Like, if we hadn't seen Triple H all year, we hadn't seen The Undertaker all year, we hadn't seen Shawn Michaels, especially Shawn Michaels, if he stayed coming out of retirement for WrestleMania, there you go. That's it. You don't need anything else. Mr. WrestleMania is coming back for WrestleMania. But no, we blew it on this bullshit tag match that was horrible. You know what I mean? I mean, so imagine this year we're like the rumor of Triple H and Batista, Undertaker coming back, fucking Shawn and Daniel, or Shawn and AJ, or even Shawn and Taker. If we hadn't seen these guys 3-4 times already this year, it would be special at WrestleMania. I mean,
Triple H and Batista sounds good though. Triple H and Batista sounds cool.
But
right?
wait, you think Triple H is going to be ready with his torn pectoral?
Yeah, Triple H is a monster, dude.
What kind of monster is he? A self-healing monster?
Well, I mean, I'd like to see.
Do you think Cena's coming back for Mania?
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn would be a good match for Mania.
Well, they're both hurt. Do you think they're both going to be ready by Mania?
How are they hurt? I don't. What's the?
What do you mean? How are they hurt?
Yeah,
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn haven't been on TV for months. Right. They're both hurt. I don't know what they have. I don't know.
Right. Exactly. That's the thing. Is like they're just taking a leave of absence, bro. Because when they come back, it's gonna be all that.
No, they're legitimately injured. They're not taking a leave of absence. They're hurt.
Okay. All right, then, bro. If they are.
It's not if they are. They're hurt.
I want to see Stardust and Goldust. How about that? That's what I want to see.
You think Cody Rhodes is coming back for WrestleMania?
No, bro. No, you give me a hard time.
You just said Stardust and Goldust.
I know, because you're giving me a hard time, so I said Stardust and Goldust. All right. I think we're going to have an all-female WrestleMania.
Yeah. Evolution didn't do great numbers, so I don't know about an all-female WrestleMania.
All I know is that at the end of Evolution, I saw a bunch of females crying. I was like, it wasn't that crazy. You know what I'm saying?
They cry for everything. Like, it's at the point in the women's Evolution now where it's like, okay, you've pretty much done everything. Every first has been done, so we get it. You don't have to cry every time. And, that's something interesting that I don't want to give it away. I talked to, Rain about something that I want to bring up with you, and we can just touch on it quickly because, I want to get into it with her. But I want to ask you.
You smell what?
What was that? What was that little snicker?
You smell like the rain is cooking? That's what I was going to say.
All right, but
what?
This whole Evolution thing with the women, this is like, everyone's like applauding this, and it's like such a big moment. And I get it, and that's fine. I mean, compared to divas and gravy bowl matches and mud wrestling and bikinis and pillow fights and the shit they used to have.
Yeah,
this is a big step.
Stuff.
But I mean, Japan's been doing this forever. It was never like that in Japan. Japan's always been doing it.
Mexico's been doing it for a while too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Mexico has always had the women and the little people and the exoticos.
Fight together, right?
Mexico's like a step ahead of everyone because they've had the exoticos and all these guys in there too, But in the U.S., I mean, we're acting like the WWE is saving women's wrestling in the U.S. But I mean, dude, Shimmer, Shine, I mean, Shimmer's been around as long as ROH, and they've been putting on great women's matches. I mean, they've had all women's shows. They've been selling out. They've had big shows, with great women's wrestling for years and years, and with women like Rain and Mischief and Kong and Cheerleader Melissa, big time women. A lot of them that have gone on to the WWE and stuff. So like these women have been doing it. They've been doing this in the U.S. So this is nothing new. Why are you yawning and acting like what I'm saying is not important?
Because I was just like, I lost track of what you were saying. I was like, what the fuck is this fool talking about again?
I'm saying this women's evolution is nothing new, dude. This has been going on for years.
First of all, how could you say that?
Level.
How could you say that? Number one, because the evolution does not exist on a small level, right? Pretty much the evolution, the definition.
But it does, because the evolution in itself, let's just think of the word evolution.
Right.
If there's no shimmer to make women's wrestling relevant in the U.S., to breed all these women to get fed into the bigger system, there is no WWE evolution because they don't have the great wrestlers that were produced from the indies.
Wouldn't you define shimmer as a revolution then? Because that's what they're coming in, they're going against the grain and being tough. So they're the revolution, going into that evolution, which is when everybody accepts it and everybody's like, oh yes, it's mainstream now because Ronda Rousey is the fucking champ,
But
and then you got
this way before Ronda Rousey, dude.
What?
They were doing this way before Ronda Rousey. Give Divas a Chance was a thing way before. Dude, Give Divas a Chance was around way before Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, but they were definitely thinking about Ronda Rousey in the WWE when they were thinking about Give Divas a Chance. You think that they haven't been in talks with Ronda Rousey for fucking years, bro? Come on.
When they were doing this, Ronda Rousey was like a champion in the UFC. She wasn't going to the WWE at that
she wasn't
point
at WrestleMania?
in time.
She wasn't at WrestleMania?
That point in time.
She wasn't at WrestleMania events, fucking slapping around fucking 70 man?
When she did all that, she was already done with the UFC, dude.
No, she wasn't, bro. No, she wasn't. Oh my God, bro. No, she wasn't.
Look up the years.
I swear to God. I swear to God. All right. Okay, Google.
So you're just shitting on
the evolution?
This isn't that you're shitting on the indie scene again, basically.
Oh, you mean how can I shit on shit?
You're shitting on the indie scene.
No.
We're having guests on from the indie scene. You asshole. Sorry about that. You're an asshole, dog. You're a motherfucking asshole.
No.
You know what? Nobody from the WWE is coming on our fucking show.
Rey Mysterio.
The only people that are going to come on our show are indie scene wrestlers.
Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara.
They're coming on our show.
Yeah,
they're coming on our show. When are they coming on our show?
Whoever wore a mask, they're coming on our show.
You're talking to them right now.
Yeah, I'm talking to their managers. So.
You're an asshole and you're full of shit.
I am both those things.
Okay. Let me ask you.
So Darren Young is.
You just don't fucking talk when I just said let me ask you something.
So Darren Young is trying to be in ROH next year. You think he can make it?
Dude, you are such a headline whore. You're looking at every headline. You're looking at every headline and then just asking about it. Like I saw all these headlines too on the wrestling site. You're just like looking at a headline and like, so you think like, come on, man, you're better than that. Don't just look at a phone and ask me shit. Come on, man.
All right, go ahead. Ask your fucking question.
No, honestly, do you give a fuck about Darren Young? You don't give a fuck about Darren Young. So why are you talking about Darren Young going to ROH like you give a fuck about Darren Young going to ROH.
I give a fuck if Darren Young goes to ROH and makes some of himself like Cody Rhodes. Doesn't matter.
Darren Young is not Cody Rhodes. He's not going to make anything.
All right. So what do you think about this new federation that you fucking?
Yes, let's talk All Elite Wrestling. First of all, do you buy it? Do you buy this, or is this a negotiating ploy?
Oh yeah, no, they're doing it. They're not coming to WWE.
You don't think this is a negotiating ploy?
Bro, either make millions or fucking go work for Vince and Triple H at NXT.
No. What do you mean make millions? You think they're gonna just fucking? Do you think they're gonna compete with the WWE?
I think they're gonna be on board with like they're gonna definitely be on TV. They're definitely gonna have an adult like an adult viewership. They're definitely gonna have like merchandise sales. They're definitely gonna be hit. It's gonna be
okay,
like.
But All In was special. All In was a one-time special deal.
Look.
You don't think that's gonna wear off?
Kenny Omega is special, right? The Young Bucks are kind of special, right? Kind of. Fucking.
What do you mean, kind of? You don't like the Young Bucks?
No, man. I like the Young Bucks, but they're kind of special.
Yeah, but like there's five.
They're not Kenny Omega special.
There's Omega. There's the Bucks.
I'm saying the Bucks.
And there's
not Kenny
that's
Omega.
5 men. That's 5 men.
Right.
You don't build a federation with 5 men.
There's more than that, though.
No, there's 5. But for this group, this core group that they call the Elite.
Who else? Neville. Look, they got Neville, right? They got Neville.
No. What do you mean they got Neville? How do they got Neville?
Neville's going to the fucking. Neville's going.
Neville's got a Dragon Gate contract, dude. That's what I'm trying to tell you. What I'm saying is there's 5 guys. You probably don't even know Neville has. Will Ospreay has contracts too. You're just gonna mention names that the indie guys. Dude, that's what I'm saying to you. Listen to me. People have contracts. Their own guy, Marty Scurll, who's in the Elite, can't even go with them because he has contracts. People have contracts, dude. What I'm saying is people have contracts with ROH. People have contracts in New Japan. People have contracts with Lucha Underground. People have contracts with major MLW. People can't just up and leave and go and work wherever they want. That's not the environment of today. Why do you think ROH guys can't go to Evolve? Impact guys can't go. Like, there's alliances, you know. There's New Japan, there's ROH, and there's CMLL. They're aligned. You know, Evolve, NXT, WWE, they have their alignment. There's all kinds of alignments. WWE just put like the kibosh on the whole UK scene. Like none of their NXT UK guys can work anywhere now unless it's people they're aligned with. There's so much alignments now and things that prevent anyone from going here or going there. That's why I'm saying is if these 5 guys, there's Omega, there's the Bucks, there's Cody, and there's Page. Those are the guys that are clear. Their contracts are up. They can leave ROH. They can leave New Japan. They can go and start their own thing. What I'm saying is if they leave ROH and they're like, fuck ROH. If they leave New Japan and they're like, fuck New Japan. We're going to do our thing. Do you think ROH and New Japan are just going to be like, oh, yeah, you're under contract, but you can go work for them? They have to approve where you can work because you're under contract.
Now contracts expire, right? Contracts expire.
But if you're going to start this shit in the new year, by the time, you're going to just wait for all these big stars to come to you?
Bro.
I'm saying if you burn these guys, let's face it, all the biggest talent is either with New Japan or one of the New Japan affiliates or on the indie scene, the big names. I mean,
who's the Pro Wrestling Illustrated's #1 wrestler fucking this year? Who was it?
Who's he going to wrestle himself? Kenny Omega's going to just go out there and wrestle himself every night.
Will Ospreay.
If you don't have, Will Ospreay's got contracts. I'm telling you, you're not listening. People got contracts. You can't just go work anywhere you want. You know, if you fucking burn New Japan and ROH, they're not gonna just be like, yeah, New Japan's gonna take, you know what, Will Ospreay, you go wrestle Kenny Omega and make all this money, you know, that's fine, you know. They're gonna be like, fuck that guy, he just left us.
How about
Zero Negro? How about MLW contract? That's why Lucha Underground contract.
I don't know.
You know how long? You know how
he
long
could take his mask
WWE
off.
waited?
He could
You
take
know
his
how
mask
long
off.
WWE waited for Ricochet? They waited years for Ricochet because Lucha Underground was like, "Fuck you, we're not gonna let you out of your contract to go to the WWE," and they had to wait. So I'm saying they can wait, fine, they can wait, but you're gonna start in January. What? How long does these contracts come? Jeff Cobb just signed a 2-year contract, so you're gonna wait 2 years for a guy like Jeff Cobb.
Are you saying it's not gonna be successful then, Trump? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that these 5 guys alone aren't gonna make a promotion. Like I'm saying, look.
If you're sitting there and you're telling me this, it's gonna be 5 fucking dudes on the same television every single fucking night, yo. You really think that's what's going on? No, bro. That's not what's going on.
I'm saying that they're not gonna be able to put a ton of guys that they probably want, because they're gonna want all these hot names like the Bullet Club guys. They're gonna want all these big names to come and work with them. And off the bat, that's not gonna be immediately available unless they cut some kind of deal or something, which is possible. I mean, so I'm saying you're gonna have these 5 guys.
What if they become affiliates?
But they still need guys to wrestle.
What if they become a WWE affiliate?
I don't think that's in the realm of possibility.
All right,
because WWE is gonna see them as competition, and they're gonna want to crush them. I think WWE is gonna make a huge play, and they're gonna end up putting enough zeros that they're gonna be like, "Fuck it, let's just go." I mean, how many zeros before you can be like, "Nah, I'm just gonna go," And these guys are all like, "Yeah, we're all gonna stick together. We're all gonna do this." But let's say let's say they look at Omega, and Omega's already said, "No, I'm gonna stick with the Bucks and Cody and Paige." And WWE says, "You know what? Fuck the Bucks, fuck Cody and Paige. Let's take all the money pooled up, offer it to Omega." You don't think he's gonna be like, "Holy shit, I've never seen that much zeros. I'ma go." You don't think he's gonna see AJ Styles and the run that AJ Styles has had, coming off of being the man in New Japan and being like the SmackDown champion? And
I swear, I saw Omega interview where he said he's never going.
I don't know, man. If you're a wrestler, I mean, if you're a legit wrestler, do you think you could?
I feel like what he's doing, man. What he's doing, he's putting himself into legendary status, man. Because
really?
Yeah.
Can you be a legend without being in the top
Because
place?
he can look at AJ and he can look at AJ's fucking run, or he can look at Nakamura's run, right?
Yeah, that's true. But then, look, dude.
Right, I got you.
I think you're just no. I got you, because I think you're just caught up in Omega hype. I think you saw the cover of the PW5. How many Omega matches have you really watched?
Like 3. So what?
Like 3.
Yeah. So
what? What the fuck you're talking about?
No, but I know that he's considered one of the fucking best wrestlers, right?
Okay, but you watched 3 Omega matches. So, dude, you're going all off of hype. That's my thing, dude.
No.
You can't sit here and tell me he's one of the best wrestlers in the world based on what you heard.
No.
You know what, dude? Some people will say that this guy is the best musician in the world, but if you've only heard like one of his songs, are you going to say he's the best musician in the world?
So how many songs do you need to fucking listen to until you decide that he's the best? Do you need to listen to all of his fucking songs, or can you just listen to one fucking song?
Okay, you listen to one song and you're like, "Yo, I love this song. This guy's awesome." Wouldn't you go check out the rest of his music? You're just going to stick with that one song and be like, "That's all I need."
Yo, how many fucking MC Hammer songs you got on your iPod? How many Vanilla Ice songs you got? Wait a minute.
I got their whole collections, motherfucker.
How many new kids?
Spotify right now.
How many new kids?
I don't like them, so I don't have anything. But if there's someone I like,
how about Informer?
I have one song. I have that whole album.
No, you don't.
I have that whole album,
no, you don't.
and I can name like 5 songs off that album, and I can sing them for you, because I'm not gonna go off of one thing and then sit here and be like he's one of the best in the world.
All right. Back it up.
How
Go ahead.
Can you do that?
You've
seen 3 matches, and he's the best in the world.
Name him. Name the Informer album. Name this.
There's Informer. There's the Creative Child song. There's that one song I like that's like lonely, lonely, lonely. Right. Yeah, motherfucker, I got you, motherfucker. That song is dope though. Admit that shit. You like that song too, don't you?
I don't.
Lonely, lonely, lonely Monday morning. Yeah, that's the shit.
That sounds good.
Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, don't fuck with me, boy. I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Basically, I'm not shitting on you, dude. I know you don't watch a lot of the other shit, dude. I'm just saying, Omega, he's fine, dude. I
No.
think the thing is, I think when they made him champ, I think it was more in the chase, It was more in the chase. It was more in the him getting there. Once he actually got there, I mean, he's kind of like a Brock Lesnar. He's not really ever there,
What
He's
about
not
Chris
there
Jericho?
enough.
Chris Jericho is going to be there, right? Chris Jericho.
Maybe. I mean, who knows what
And I heard that there's rumors that they've already been in contact with two wrestlers who from the WWE already agreed to go over.
Yeah, but is that going to be big names? Like, if it's like a Zack Ryder?
That's a big enough fucking name, Zack Ryder. Yo, if they could take Stardust into Cody Rhodes, man, like anybody.
The thing is, though, I think a lot of people, they don't give enough credit for the Bullet Club brand that made these guys. I mean, Marty Scurll was doing great. The villain, we got Marty Scurll shirts on. We're both Marty Scurll fans. Before the Bullet Club affiliation, he wasn't really a top world guy. Hangman Page, even Cody Rhodes, he was doing his thing. But before he got affiliated with the Bullet Club, he wasn't, upper echelon. And now they basically have shed the Bullet Club, That's like the first thing. The second thing, the contracts, like I was talking about. I mean, they can go of it, but I think that what they should do is keep their New Japan commitments, because I think New Japan right now is where they all need to be working. If they can pull off this AEW, they can do a couple shows a year with some agreements with like a New Japan, make some other connections out there, put on a couple shows a year, big shows, All In, 2, whatever, 4, 5, 6 shows a year. If you're trying to do weekly, if you're trying to do TV, if you're trying to do pay-per-views every month, you need bodies, you need a roster. And if you're going to fill that out with lower echelon guys, it's not going to take off immediately. I mean, you're going to tune in to see Omega, but I mean, you're going to see Omega versus, this guy nobody knows every week.
That's right. Are you gonna watch? What if they sign what's it called what's his fucking name? CM Punk. What if they get CM Punk?
I don't know, because CM Punk has actually said that if the right opportunity or offer came along, he would consider it.
Right.
The thing to me is, I honestly think like guys like Cody, guys like the Bucks, Omega, I think they want to be the stars. I think that if a CM Punk came along that would overshadow them, I think they want.
We're having some technical difficulties, guys. Just give me 1 second while I get Troma back. I hung up on him on purpose. That was on purpose, bro, because your damn thing is freezing. So.
You cut me off on purpose, you son of a bitch.
Well, hold on.
Okay.
I'll try to do it artistically. Hold on.
Are we still recording?
Nope. Well, yes, we're recording, but your camera is not fucking working right now.
My camera's working for me, dog.
I see that. Right? I see that.
The audio working? Can they still hear us?
The audio is definitely working, yes.
God damn it, dude. It's like we can never get through a show without motherfucking technical difficulties. And this is a new computer you just bought.
No, it's not on the new computer, actually. So. All right, damn it. Hold on, let's see. Oh, how about this? That's a great idea. So in the meantime, while I'm figuring this out, So, hold on. As they can see, this is what they see. Just while Troma's being unfrozen, um, we're gonna go ahead and debut the first episode of the what's it called again, Troma? Future Shock. Oh yeah, shock value. Oh, you know what? Pretty much. Hmm? What's the intro video? Troma, I love you, bro. But if we don't make it back, that's gonna be about the end of the show because it's been about an hour, so we're about at an hour. All right. This is welcome to Shock Value.
Hello and welcome to Shock Value, and today is a wonderful day. Today is a glorious day. Today is a spectacular day because today is the first ever episode of Shock Value right here on the Suspended Disbelief Podcast. Now, I was told that I can talk about whatever I wanted to, whether it was about wrestling, whether it was about video games. I have some video games going right now, a little bit of 2K19, some Royal Rumble action going on for you in case y'all get tired of, whatever the hell I'm talking about. Now, took me a little bit of time trying to figure out what I wanted to talk about. So in the future, whatever you guys want to talk about, just go ahead and let us know right here on the Suspended Disbelief Podcast. It could be anything about anything about what y'all want to talk about. In the meantime, what I want to talk about is my current stance and thoughts, and how those thoughts have changed throughout the years on hardcore and deathmatch style wrestling. Now, this kind of comes up, amidst, some recent incidents that happened with an actor known as David Arquette. Now, David Arquette, if you don't remember, had a somewhat of a stint in WCW back during the Monday Night Wars. During this time, I believe, WWE or WWF at the time was pretty much they done won by this point, and lo and behold, they decided to put the WCW title on David Arquette, and I can remember back then seeing it and just shaking my head and just going, okay, this is pretty fucking stupid, but whatever. Fast forward now, and David Arquette's back in the news again as far as when it comes to wrestling. And the first I heard about it was when he was a guest not that long ago on the Not Sam Wrestling podcast, and he was talking about how he was getting back into shape and he was training and he was getting ready to get back into the ring. And I was like, okay, this is strange. All right, didn't think nothing of it. And it wasn't too long after that I saw this video of our guy, old David Arquette, in a wrestling ring with none other than a man known as Nick Gage. Now, if you don't know who Nick Gage is notorious for being a pretty badass motherfucker in the world of deathmatch style wrestling, hardcore style wrestling. Now, this is David Arquette's first wrestling match back. And well, long story short, he gets fucked up pretty bad. Kind of turns into a shoot. He at least finishes the match. Now, I had a couple people tell me, like, hey, did you see this? Like, you got to give the guy credit. That took some balls, Yeah, I guess it takes some balls, but as far as my stance on the whole subject of hardcore and deathmatch style wrestling, you know, back in the day, I used to love it, you know, and I still kind of love it, and just in a different way now. Back then, you know, I just really loved it, but as time went on, and as I got older and got smarter to the business, and learned to love the business more and more as I got older, I just kind of felt like, you know, I got desensitized to that style of wrestling, you know. I mean, I like it, you know, as long as it means something, you know. If it means something, then I think it has more impact. But if you're doing the same thing over and over every night, you know, you're gonna get tired of it. You know, you're gonna get desensitized to it. Now, you know, prime example, look at the last woman standing match between Becky Lynch and Charlotte. It's just like, oh my God, they just took it to a whole new level. And when you kind of look at the surface, you know, they didn't, you know, do anything too crazy, but just the build-up and the storytelling within that match, you know, was just phenomenal. And that's what made it work. That's what made it more impactful, you know. And as for me, you know, I like the deathmatch style wrestling, you know, probably just purely for the shock value. That's the name of the show. But yeah, I used to really love it back in the day, but now maybe not so much. And as far as David Arquette is concerned, first of all, I don't know who the promoter was for that show, and whoever that promoter was, be honest with you, they probably shouldn't be putting on another show ever in their life. They should just hang it up, find something else to do, probably sell cars or something. Because, you know, David Arquette had no business going into a death match with someone the likes of Nick Cage, you know, who by the way, was back in 2011, I believe, was convicted of bank robbery. He actually pleaded guilty of it. But yeah, you know, just because, you know, you want to try to prove something, you know, or get respect, you know, from a group of fans, you know, I don't know if those are the fans you want to get the respect from, because, you know, nothing against anybody who likes whatever, because to me, wrestling, you know, wrestling is like movies, you know, there's different types of movies, you know, you have your action movies, you have your comedies, you have your dramas, you know, you have all different types of genres, you know, and you have this kind of the same thing with wrestling, you know, you have your big budget WWEs, and then you kind of have your off the wall like Lucha Underground, and you have just kind of like your anything can happen, you know, PWG style wrestling, and then of course, you know, you got your hardcore stuff, you know, and I used to love watching the hardcore stuff, you know, way back in the day, you know, back in Japan, you know, back when Mick Foley used to do death matches, you know, I used to love that shit, you know, and I still do. I almost like watching those more, you know, than I do any of the new stuff, you know. And I've been in a couple of death matches myself, and nothing too crazy. I mean, you know, we had barbed wire for ropes, and we had used a couple light tubes, but, you know, we didn't have like light tubes on the ropes or any crazy shit like that. You know, I got a few cuts and scrapes and shit, but, you know, I never got really too hurt, but I could have. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it probably took some time off my life, probably. Yeah, and that's kind of like the point I'm getting at, is like there's no point in doing it if it's not gonna serve any purpose, you know. Especially, you know, is it worth, you know, taking years off your career, and not just your career but your life, just to, you know, almost fucking bleed to death inside of a ring, you know, in front of 100 people if you're lucky. You know, I think it's kind of pointless and dumb. You know, it does nothing for the business. It doesn't add anything to the business. You know, if anything, it kind of exposes the business a little bit, in my opinion. You know, but like I said, that's just my opinion. You know, I still like watching it from time to time, but I don't take it seriously. I can't suspend my disbelief. But yeah, that's about all I want to really talk about. But yeah, so like I said, if there's anything you guys like to discuss in the future, just let us know right here on Suspended Disbelief. And oh yeah, hi Rain.
I'm gonna yell at you.
What up? And welcome back. And fucking that was Shock Value with my motherfucking homeboy, Nacho Jones, Curtis, Future Shock. And that was some crazy deathmatch shit he was talking about, right?
You gonna act like you sat here and watched the whole thing?
I did. I sat here and listened to all that.
Full of shit.
What a journalistic,
Shut the fuck
in-depth
up.
journalistic fucking what do they call that? Point of view.
A journalistic journey.
Thank you, Curtis, for your point of view.
Man, you're so full of shit.
Just so you guys know,
What?
Troma's got some shit he'd like to say about
what?
About his feelings, about the way he feels Come on, Troma, you were gonna come out, right? Like you said
I'm gonna come out of the closet?
On the podcast. You said you wanted to do it, right?
Oh yeah. You know what? I'm gonna come out and say, fuck you, boy.
All right.
Yeah. Yo, but what do you mean I leave you? Yo, let's argue on the podcast like a married couple. What do you mean I leave you no place to go? What does
hurt
that
my
mean?
feelings, Troma. All right.
Why did I hurt? What did I say that hurt your feelings? What did I say that hurt your feelings?
I don't know about Kenny Omega. I just go off the hype.
Well, no, dude, you just fucking. I apologize. I'm just saying, but am I wrong? You've seen 3 matches and you're gonna sit here and talk like you know everything.
I don't though. No.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that. I'm not.
Well, you come off like that.
Look. All I'm saying is, do I need to see every match, every fucking?
But you need to see more than 3 to sit here and say he's the best in the world.
Really?
Off 3 matches, he's the best in the world. You've never even seen a bad Kenny Omega match. Can you honestly say until you've seen a bad match that he's the best in the world?
All right, could you say that you watch one Magic Johnson game, you could say that he's the best in the world, or one LeBron James game and he's the best in the world? Could you say that?
I can't because I don't know basketball. I don't like basketball, so I can't be able to do it. Give me another example.
All right, you watch football, right?
Yeah.
Do you need to see fucking all of Peyton Manning's games to know?
Yes, I do. Yes, really? I do. Because if I've seen 0 games, and then I go in and I could go. Think about this: if I go in and watch his rookie year, it would be different to what I'm going to see if I went and watched him in an MVP year. Am I right?
I don't know, Troma.
What if I watch a game where he throws 4 interceptions, and then I say he's a horrible quarterback? Is that fair to base it off of that?
You win this week. You win this week.
I win every week. Every week.
Podcast. You win
every week.
All right.
Hey, and just to finish my thought before your shit fucked up, CM Punk, I don't think he's going just because they want to be the stars, and they're not going to let CM Punk come in and be the star.
Yeah. You really think that they're, bro?
If they don't want to be the star, why would they be trying to start their own shit?
Because CM Punk would make them stars. You understand? Like CM Punk, a rising tide raises all ships, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody fucking comes up when CM Punk's on the.
You don't think CM Punk's too damaged from his MMA run?
What?
You don't think a lot of people what about the whole Colt Cabana lawsuit thing? You don't think that people think he's kind of a dick?
What?
Because of that?
CM Punk's always been a dick, bro. Always.
Yeah, but do you think him coming back to this would matter? Would it be even a speck of if he went back to WWE?
It would be huge, dog. It would be devastating.
Compared to him going back to WWE?
I would rather him do this than WWE.
Really? That's shocking because you're a WWE guy. I thought you would rather see him do the big stage.
No, I'm not. I'm a production guy. I like
so
when things look.
You think they're gonna have big production?
Yeah, they have the Jaguars fucking owner back in a month. Yeah,
that's true. But he's gonna want a return on investment. You think if that shit doesn't take off immediately, then he's not gonna put a
No, he's not that stupid. He's not. How do you know he wants to return off investment immediately?
Who's gonna invest without wanting a return?
Yo, he's getting into fucking wrestling. He knows what the fuck he's getting into. He's
Okay,
probably
so
a fan. He's probably a fan like Billy Corgan.
Oh
right?
yeah, I mean he's definitely a fan. But so what? What do you think? Let's say 2 years. You think they're a legit force, or do you think they're just another?
I think they're off and running on their first year, bro.
1 year you give them, and
I think they're packing arenas their first year.
Okay, but like, give me a level. Are they ROH? Are they New Japan? Are they Impact? Who are they?
They're
not
Impact.
WWE.
They're above Impact. They're above Impact. Yeah.
Are they? So if they're above Impact, they're obviously above ROH. Are they New Japan level?
That doesn't make sense because New Japan is completely different. New Japan is WWE for Japanese people.
Well, I'm saying, but they're like legit the second biggest promotion in the world. But you can still compare them to WWE because as big as they are, they're peanuts to the WWE. I'm saying, do you think that in the U.S. they could be like the U.S. version in New Japan?
I think the U.S. version in New Japan had caught some momentum and then lost a lot of momentum with these 5 guys leaving, you know?
Yeah, but like...
Because I'm no longer interested in New Japan.
You're no longer interested in New Japan if these guys leave.
I mean, besides for the fucking gorillas.
Come on, dude. That's what I'm saying, though. But you don't watch New Japan because... Dude, these guys are.
Tatsuto Naito is my fucking homie. Like, what the fuck? No.
They're like never on, but they're barely on the shows, dude. That's what I'm saying.
The reason why
Young Bucks
Japan in the first place was to see like this, like that shit to me was cool. That shit's like, yo,
it was cool. But
that's
like
the
Young
NWO,
Bucks,
you know?
the Young Bucks are in Japan. The Young Bucks are not what they are in the U.S.
Oh,
Cody Rhodes is not what he is in the U.S. You know, Omega and Page. I mean, these guys are stars, but they're mid-card stars. Omega is legit in Japan, but besides him, these guys are not really big time in Japan. So I'm saying it's not, dude. AJ Styles and Shinsuke leaving was way more important than the fuck club leaving.
About what Japan thinks, bro. We're in the United States of America. We're not speaking this podcast in Japanese, are we? No.
Fuck up. Well, okay. Well, on that note, let me just say that I've got a Wrestle Kingdom preview coming up, but no one gives a fuck about what Japan thinks.
Is the commentary in English? Because I'll watch it. If
I might say it. All the shows are in English, motherfucker. Yo, maybe this can be your Fort Kenny Omega match you watch. Yeah, expert. Sorry.
No, I'm not gonna watch it now. Fuck him.
Yo, if I figure out what the fuck a Facebook watch party is, then we're gonna invite everyone to come, watch it with us. But yeah, that's gonna drop soon. Shock value already dropped. We're gonna make that motherfucker record another one. Rain interview coming up. I'm working on more guests. We're going to launch the website. We got shirts coming. We're doing big motherfucking things, so get excited.
Yo, guys, make sure to leave a comment if you got anything. If you're arguing with us, if you think we said something stupid, if you'd like to, complain about something Troma said or agree with something I said, go ahead and leave it in the comments down below. And, one thing, just share it. Just shut the fuck up and let me speak. Just share the podcast with your homies, with your wrestling homies, with, like if you watch wrestling, then you probably have a wrestling homie. Like Troma's my wrestling homie, so share it with your wrestling homie. Share it with your fucking what do they call those wrestling?
Your
buddies?
Wrestling buddies, yeah.
That should have been the podcast name, Wrestling Buddies. That would have been a cool one. No.
Suspend Disbelief is better.
Is it? Who came up?
You know how I came up with that shit, dude. Yo, you know what? Let's just agree that, partial credit. No. I said it, and then you immediately said, I'll give you the credit that you were like, yo, stop, motherfucker. That's the name of our podcast right there. I would have just kept going, but you were like, yo, hold up, motherfucker. That's the name. No. So, we'll share credit.
All right. I'll give you.
What? You want all the fucking credit too, dude? You just want everything, don't you?
All right, Troma, man.
You exhaust me.
Until next week.
He exhausts me.
What? Or don't you have to plug some other shit too?
I plugged it already, dude. Rain interview, Wrestle Kingdom preview.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm a
plug your ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna plug your ass. You told me to come out. I'm gonna fucking come in, motherfucker.
Peace from Wally.
Peace.
SDP. Peace.